Enter the unusual world of a young maid, where ghosts whisper secrets. While helping my mother clean floors, I had no idea that a terrifying experience would shake my world to its core. Come along with me as I explore the paranormal and try to solve the riddle of a ghostly voice in the middle of the night. In a world where tragedies are generally dealt with quietly, one cleaner describes a terrifying experience. She talks about a spooky experience cleaning up an automobile accident scene. She works for a company that specializes in post-tragedy cleanup. She struggles with the idea that haunting could exist, not knowing if it was a dream or a real thing. The experience makes her wonder about the nature of reality and the existence of the supernatural. I would like to share a terrifying incident I experienced when I was about 17 years old. I was cleaning office buildings with my mother at the time. Although it was demanding work, it was well paid for a teenager like myself. I had been saving money for college since I was 15 years old. I knew I would have to pay for my education because my family wasn't wealthy. I was afraid of the same tragedy that nearly happened to my older brother due to student loans. My mother and I were cleaning a large workplace on the night of the incident. We expected it to take a few hours, but we finished early. I heard a woman's voice when I was vacuuming the main hall at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was unusual because all the staff had usually left by that point. When I listened and turned off the Hoover, I heard nothing more. The woman's voice could be heard again when I pulled the Hoover closer to an outlet. She was pleading for assistance. "Help, help, please." It seemed it was coming from an office further down the hallway. A man was holding a woman down at her desk when I checked. He appeared to be attempting to harm her with what seemed to be a knife. I screamed at her because I knew I had to take action. "Hey, stop! What are you doing? Leave her." I could see the knife more clearly when the man quickly stood up. Even though I was afraid, I attempted to be brave. Even though it wasn't true, I informed him other people were in the office with me. I mentioned that I heard sirens outside and someone had phoned the police. The man ran in fear when I faked to see the cops approaching. After he departed, I went to the woman and consoled her until the cops showed up. After they brought her to the hospital, I told the police what had happened. Even though she had no idea who I was speaking to, my mother had phoned the police when she overheard me conversing with the man. She was fine, although I was concerned about her. After work, we left for home. That night, I had difficulty falling asleep, but I did. When we returned to work the following evening, I no longer felt afraid to be there. We heard nothing about what happened for months until November. The individual was captured by the police and sentenced to a lengthy prison term. I hope whoever he injured was able to get better and move on. Eventually, my mother married again and stopped cleaning offices. I want to help other young people from making the same financial mistakes that I did now that I've graduated from college. Now, I have to share another story that my grandmother told me. It took place during her time in Mexico. I am sharing it because she needs to improve her English. She was nearly 50 years old in 1995 and had to work as a maid after a divorce. She secured employment in Mexico City with a prosperous family. They had a large staff in addition to a young son. Kidnapping was a significant issue in Mexico City, particularly for wealthy families. They, therefore, had security units. It was because of her substantial experience and background that my grandmother was hired. After nearly a year of employment, a horrible incident occurred. Her car broke down one day, so she ran late for work. There was silence at the house when she arrived. Typically, the workers or family would always make noise, but it was empty this time. She discovered the master bedroom door open, which was uncommon, and noticed a weird fragrance. She entered and found that everyone had died. It was a terrifying scene. Screaming for assistance, she ran outside and ultimately called down a passing automobile. When the police arrived, they were unable to locate the security detail. My grandmother believes they had some sort of involvement. Not long after, she departed Mexico. The murders remained unsolved for years. Thinking back on that still gives her the goosebumps. That was a terrible event. Nobody knows for sure, but she believes it was an attempted kidnapping. Here I'm sharing the most terrifying story that will give you a body shivering. In the world of police work, where bad things happen, a part quietly cleans up after the bad stuff is over. It's talked about a little, but it's essential. I've been doing this for 15 years. My boss started our company because he saw a need for cleaning up after bad things happened. We're like a light in the dark times. Even though we try to bring order, sometimes chaos sneaks in. One day, I was cleaning up a bad car accident. The police and ambulance had already left. The family of the person who died was there. They were sad, and I promised them I'd make everything clean again. Then, something strange happened. A guy appeared out of nowhere. He was mad and blaming me for taking too long. I tried to explain, but he was really upset. I thought he was just a rude family member. But later, I found out the man I spoke to was the one who died in the accident. I couldn't believe it. Had I talked to a ghost? Or was it just my mind playing tricks on me? I still need to find out. It scares me. Has anyone else felt something like this? Am I going crazy, or did I talk to a ghost? I often wonder about that day. Was it real, or just my imagination? It's hard to say, but ever since then, I've been on edge, wondering if I'll encounter another ghost in my work. Sometimes, when I'm alone at night, I hear strange noises or feel a cold breeze, sending shivers down my spine. I try to brush it off, but deep down, I know there's something out there beyond our understanding. I've asked my coworkers if they've ever experienced anything like it, but most just laugh it off. They don't believe in ghosts or anything supernatural, but that encounter was natural for me, leaving a lasting impression on me. I've started to question everything I thought I knew about the world. Is there life after death? Are ghosts real? I don't have the answers, but I can't shake the feeling that there's more to this world than meets the eye. So, I continue to do my job, cleaning up after the unfolding tragedies. But in the back of my mind, I'll always wonder if I'll come face to face with another ghost again. And if I do, what will it mean? As we finish this horror story, we're left thinking about the secrets hiding in our world. It could be something magical or just a trick of the mind. But one thing's sure. Things we can't see can be mysterious. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting stories to keep you hooked. Until next time, stay curious,